Hi, I am Arina.
Oh, hi! My name is Adriana.
Hello, I'm Kazi.
Whoa. Hi, I'm Afika. Language policy is what government does either officially through legislation, court decision, or policy to determine how language are used. Cultivate language skill needed to meet national priorities.
Or to establish the right of individual or groups to use and maintain language.
Kazi, what is the example of language policy?
Huh.
Bilingual education policy entails an emphasis on using English and the mother tongue languages, particularly of the three main ethnic groups in Singapore: Mandarin for the Chinese, Malay for the Malay community, and Tamil for the Indian. The bilingualism education policy in Singapore began when the PAP government elected to power in 1959. The party inherited an education system comprising English medium school and segregated ethnically vernacular school. English was chosen by the PAP government as Singapore's working language, given its importance as the language of internal business, technology, and diplomacy. English will also bond the different ethnic groups by enabling them to communicate with one another. In addition to English, knowing one's mother tongue was necessary because it provided access to one's cultural heritage, thereby strengthening one's values and sense of cultural belonging.
Communicate in English.
And then, do you prefer speaking English or mother tongue in your family?
I think we tend to use a mix of both, but more of English, I would say.
And then, what?
The next one is, the next one. Okay, do you prefer to speak English or mother tongue with your family? Honestly, English or
Honestly,
yes,
English.
English.
Yeah.
So last question is,
There are two problems that we found in this topic. The first problem is the declined use of mother tongue language. According to a research in 2015, 36.9% of people aged 5 and above prefer to speak in English at their home with their family members. Due to this problem, more youngsters of Singaporean don't know how to do basic conversation using their mother tongue language. This will in turn create some major understatement towards the use of their own mother tongue language. It is very different in Malaysia especially that more parents prefer to speak in their own mother tongue language with their kids. This will in turn create more multilingual or bilingual kids in Malaysia rather than their own counterparts from Singapore.
so Habi, have you ever searched for me?
Yes, I've go to the agency. They say they have Indonesia.
Indonesian? We don't know how to speak Malay.
I go tomorrow then. The second problem is lack of firm consent of mother tongue. As a proof, all Singaporeans are required to speak English at work, and even their kids required to speak English in school because of the bilingual education policy. This policy makes them more comfortable to use and speak English rather than their own mother tongue language. Based on our interview with all respondents from different ethnic, they prefer to use English with their friends and family rather than their own mother tongue. While in Malaysia, we use our own mother tongue when we speak with our family and friends, but we also use other language when it's needed. Truth to be told, this kind of problem is surely going to make the mother tongue language extinct in Singapore, as the concern of mother tongue language has been lacking since 1970s.
Danke. Und wer immer?
In solution, bilingual education policy is an important aspect in every Singaporean life. The government ought to have a campaign to encourage those Singaporean youngsters to use their respective mother tongue to maintain the crucial part of their culture, which is their language. The government also should spread awareness the need to use their mother tongue language to ensure that the language will not die and to strengthen one culture value.
Conclusion, the bilingual education policy had its own advantage and disadvantages. The advantage of the BEP is that the level of English proficiency in Singapore are way better than any other country in Southeast region. But the disadvantage of the BEP is that most Singaporeans tend to speak in a foreign language, which is English, due to the problem that the Singaporean not even knowing how to do basic conversation using their mother tongue language that was passed down through generation. It is hoped that even though a Singaporean speak mainly in English, but those Singaporean, especially youngsters, know how to do basic conversation even a little bit using their own mother tongue language so that the language itself does not become extinct.
There were times we would drive till the sun broke through the black of the night on a white road, paved in dreams that led me back to you.
Kazi.
It's a wrap.